And we are live, back again for another Euro 2020 daily roundup with your boy Dominic Rich FC. How's everybody doing? It's been a week since the competition started, and I've gone live every day except for the opening day, where I think we only had one match on that day. So I kind of left it for the Saturday after the opening Friday. So we're back on a Friday, 1 week after the Euro started, and we had a brilliant week of action. We had some highs and we had some lows. We had some, we could have had a tragedy, but there has been triumph, if you look at it that way. Christian Eriksen discharged from the hospital. He can now go home and hang out with his family and friends and just try to live life to the fullest, because we learned that life is so fragile. It could be with you for 1 second and the other second it's gone. So big up to everybody in here. Big up to Thriller, who says another fire thumbnail. Thank you very much, Thriller. Appreciate that. Appreciate you appreciating that, man. You know, just part of the craft. Big up to AD744. who says Chile is playing Bolivia right now. I usually do have the Copa America on the TV, but I'm not going to lie, man. I forgot. I really forgot the Copa America was on right now. And I could actually do without the distraction, to be completely real. I can. I really can do without the distraction, because I already have Liam on my lap sleeping right now. And I have a whole lot of things to focus on, so I could do without the distraction of the Copa America. And big up to the boy Fatso in the house, Sebastian, Emerson, T-Boss, 366, Air Slayer, who says Southgate is a poor manager. Guys, I think Southgate has a plan. I think he has a plan. We will get to that game pretty soon. But the first game I want to start talking about is the game between Sweden and Slovakia. So we won't delay for the replay value. And if there's anybody watching the replay right now, which I know there is, hi, how are you feeling? Make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the live stream. Leave me a comment. Let me know you're watching the replay, okay? Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Just back with some more fire for your head tops. And we are going to go right into the groups. We're going to start with Group E. You can't say Group E. You have to say Group E. Okay? Let's start with Group E, where Sweden are now on top of the group after 2 games played. 1 win today versus Slovakia, and a draw against Spain. Slovakia second after picking up a win against Poland. Spain a third, who plays Poland tomorrow, and Poland at the bottom of the group without a point. So let's touch on this game that we had today. Sweden 1, Slovakia 0. And guys, you know what my prediction was, right? I know you know what my prediction was. My prediction was a 1-0 win to Sweden. And it was courtesy of a 77th-minute penalty scored by Rasenball Sports' very own Emil Forsberg. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, RB Leipzig's very own Emil Forsberg. Big up to the boy Sebastian. Congratulations on your team basically clinching a spot to the round of 16. I think 4 points will be enough to make it to the next round, because Portugal only picked up 3 last time around, and they got all the way to the final, and they went all the way up to the podium and lifted the title. So it's a good thing. Good stuff by Sweden, who I did predict to go on to win this one, 1-0, as I just mentioned. And as I said yesterday, guys, Sweden won't make any changes. And they didn't. Jan Andersen is a creature of habit, and he doesn't really like to change things around, except for when he's making substitutes, okay? To just freshen things up. But apart from that, Jan Andersen, he's going to go with the same 11, because guess what? That's an 11 that got a draw against the mighty Spain. So if you got a draw against Spain, come on, man. Why change? You don't need to change anything. You see what I'm saying? And that's Jan Anderson's logic. If you got a draw against Spain, don't change a goddamn thing. So Slovakia did make 2 changes. Horatsky, I think his name is Hosovsky, and Haraslin came in. And we're not going to get into who they came in for because I actually started watching this game like about 5 minutes late. I was actually in my bed. I woke up and I was like, oh shoot, the Euro have started. Okay? The Euros have started. Get up and get going. Guys, it's very difficult, I'm telling you, man. Like today I had to do some things. I had to go out and get some things done. And I'm out there actually in Home Depot. I'm in Home Depot watching the freaking game between what game was showing at the time? The game between Croatia and Slovakia. Not so Czech Republic, Slovakia. I'm watching the game between Croatia and Czech Republic at Home Depot with my notebook underneath my arm, writing down notes and things like that. You see what I'm saying? But this has to be one of the most boring first halves of any games ever I have ever seen. Seriously, I didn't miss a damn thing. I got up, I made a little breakfast, I was listening to the game, I was watching. I could have actually not watched and analyzed the game down to a T because nothing happened. Nothing happened. Slovakia looked more threatening than Sweden, who was just sitting back. And Slovakia, even though they had most of the ball and they were creating a few half chances, they were innocuous in the final third. And they looked a shadow of themselves from that first game where they beat Poland. But you got to give it to Sweden, though. They stayed compact. They weren't overly adventurous. There was a few look-ins at goal, but nothing really to talk about. And it ended 0-0 in the first half. I actually think a game between Burnley and Crystal Palace would have been more entertaining in the first half than this one. It was boring, I'm telling you. Really, really boring. And I actually saved a screenshot from the first half of this game to just show you guys the stats. And this is it. This is it right there. These are the stats. Sweden, 2 shots at goal, 1 on target. They had 38% of the ball, 208 passes with an 82% pass accuracy. They were just sitting back. They didn't really care about what Slovakia were doing. Slovakia had 3 shots at goal, none on target, 62% of the ball, and they were passing the ball around very, very well. So you got to give it to Sweden, man. When they came back out in the second half, right? When Sweden came out in the second half, that was a different Sweden team we saw. Because Alexander Isak, right away, he had a shot blocked by Skriniar, went out for a corner, and in the resulting corner, Forsberg had a chance that he blasted over. And I was saying, God damn, what a start. What a start we're having here to the second half. And Sweden was showing more intent. And I was like, yeah, because I predicted you guys to win the game. You better go out there and score. And in the 58th minute, Slovakia did get a great chance. Shukuchka, the man who plays in Italy for Parma. Parma got relegated, so he might move on to a different team. Who knows? He's up there in age, though. He's about 34 years old. And he almost scored, but the flag raised for offside, so it wouldn't have counted. At that time, you know, it was pretty end-to-end stuff. Dubravka was forced into a big save from Augustinson's header. And I think that was the best chance of the game. And that was the first save of the game made by Dubravka. And it happened in the 59th minute. So you could tell that Sweden, they took a while for the engines to actually warm up. Danielson, he had another chance and he head over from a corner. So Sweden, they were teasing. They were definitely teasing. The changes were made. The changes were made around the 60th, the 1 hour mark. Jan Anderson, you got to give him the credit here because this man knows what he's doing. He brought on Klaassen Victor Claesson for Christopher Olsen. And he brought on Robin Quaison for Marcus Berg, who didn't get any chances, really, any clear-cut chances to score today. So we can't really talk about how Marcus Berg is missing sitters in front of goal, right? So those changes were made and they affected the game immediately. Slovakia, they made a change of their own. They brought on Haraslin for Pekarik. And in the 67th minute, Alexander Isak started to warm up some more, where his header went just over. And just some fun facts for Alexander Isak. I remember when he just came on the scene, a few years ago. I think he came from Sebastian's club, AIK, over in Sweden. And they were saying this is the new Zlatan, tall, lanky striker of Eritrean descent. Eritrea is a North African country, guys. I think close to Somalia, close to Ethiopia, Libya, somewhere around that area. And he burst on the scene, and then I remember Borussia Dortmund bought him, and then they sold him pretty fast after that, So I've known of Isak for a while, but I haven't really been watching a lot of La Liga, so I don't really, this is like the first full game that I've seen. Well, the second full game that I've seen him in, if I have to be honest here. And this guy, even going back to the first match, the opening match against Spain, he was the one who was tormenting Spain and almost set up Marcus Berg. And Isak, man, this guy is a beast, I'm telling you. The 71st minute, man, this guy ran across like 3, 4, 5 Slovakian players, held the ball up very well, and got a shot off, and it went wide. I was like, oh my God, if that goal had went in, the internet would have gone nuts. And no wonder Real Sociedad have been in the Europa League for the past 2 seasons. It's because of the brilliance of this young man, Alexander Isak, who's already been capped about 23 times for the Sweden national team. And if you look back at this Sweden national team, most of the players have over 20 caps, which means that the team is, they gel well, they have a lot of chemistry, and they've been playing with each other for some time. So that helps quite a lot. It helps. And you could see how compact they were. Every time Slovakia came forward, they repelled them. This is 2 games, and Sweden have not conceded a single goal. They're not a high-scoring team. Hence the reason I predicted them to score and win the game 1-0. And that goal came in the 75th minute, but the play was made around us. The goal came in the 77th minute, but the play was made in the 75th minute when a ball came into Isak. But that dink over the defense, that dink into the box by Alexander Isak, simply sublime, man. If Quaison would have scored from that resulting pass, it would have been one of the best goals of the tournament in terms of the assist and the build-up and everything. But Quaison did get it. He tried to put it around Dubravka, who brought him down. Referee rightfully pointed to the spot, and up stepped the Rasenball Sport Leipzig man, Emil Forsberg, to dispatch sweetly past Dubravka. 1-0 to Sweden. And it was a well-deserved goal for the Swedes after the impressive performance by Alexander Isak and what they have done up until that point after the second half had begun. So there was another chance for Isak in the 82nd minute, and it was a poor decision making by him to actually, not pass the ball. He should have actually did a lot better with that chance, but nevertheless, Sweden had the goal, so they could have afforded to miss a chance or two. And that goal was Sweden's first goal since Euro 12. That is crazy. They did get a goal in Euro 16, but I think that was an own goal. So that was the first goal scored by a Swedish player since Euro 2012. There was a few changes made between the 80th and 90th minute. Slovakia trying to get back in the game. Sweden trying to consolidate and hold their lead. and there was a let me just check the notes to see if there was any more chances there. That was it. That was basically it for the chances in the game, and Sweden held on for the 1-0 win. You have to laud this effort by Sweden, because when you look at what they did against Spain, this was an even better performance, because against Spain there were chances created, a lot of chances for Spain, but you could even look back and say Sweden made Spain so uncomfortable that they had to snatch at those chances instead of being so relaxed and picking where they wanted to put those chances. They had to snatch at the shots. They had to take them quickly. Hence the reason why guys like Koke and Morata wasn't able to score. And with this win, Sweden got 4 points and they basically through to the next round. I think I fancy them against Poland. I don't think they'll lose against Poland, so a point against Poland will be perfect. Perfect. There was a potential penalty check in the 95th minute for Slovakia. I know the Slovakians, I already saw a comment on my channel that it has to be somebody from Slovakia, and they're saying that Slovakia should have got a penalty. They were robbed. But guys, this ain't FIFA 21. You don't get a penalty for everything these days when the ball hits your hands. And that was accidental. The players couldn't do anything. It was close proximity, and you can't give penalties for those. Unless maybe it's the Copa America, because, you know, that's a very, very controversial confederation, and if you don't give penalties for those things, the game could get very, very out of hand, as we've seen so far at the Copa America. But referee didn't give it, and Sweden held on for the win. How do you guys feel about this game? How do you guys feel about Sweden's effort so far at the tournament? And do you think Slovakia could bounce back after this loss and maybe pick up a draw against Spain in the final game, or a win to move into the next round? Let me know your thoughts in the chat, guys. Right, what we got here? So, in terms of comments, we have Thriller saying, whoa, I just read on Twitter that Liverpool are lining up a £60 million bid for Isak. Yeah, I've been seeing that. Isak's been linked to a move with to Liverpool. And at first, guys, when I saw that, I was like, Isak he's alright. I was like, he's alright. Yeah, Liverpool, you could sign him. But after seeing him at the Euros so far, after those first 2 matches, man, he'll make a great signing. He'll make a very good signing. I think he'll be an improvement on Origi. So if they could somewhat sell Origi and bring in Isak, that'll be a great move, man. That'll be a great move. He'll be a good target man. He's not only just a tall striker who could, you know, get on the end of crosses, but he's very skillful, man, with the ball at his feet. And I think that'll be a very, very good signing if Liverpool are able to pick him up. But 60 million, though, that's a bit steep. That is a bit steep, man. I doubt Liverpool are going to dish out that type of money right about now. Seriously. Think about it, guys. That's a lot of money. 60 million pounds? I doubt. They look to get him for cheaper. Maybe around 40, 45. I think the most. But you never know, man. You never know. Liverpool did dish out. Well, they didn't dish out all the money, but they did pay around 45 million for Jota. They already bought Konate. So, being linked to Alexander Isak, that won't be a bad signing, but I don't think they're going to pay 60 million at all. That's money that Man City pay. That's money that Chelsea pay. That's money that United pay. Liverpool did dish out that type of money for, like, you know, like the Van Dijk money and the Alisson Becker money. But I don't see them paying that much for Alexander Isak at all. But I think he'll make a great signing for any team in the Premier League or in any other league. He's currently playing for Sociedad, And Sociedad have a really good play on their hands there. So what else are you guys saying in the chat right about now? So let me see. Let me see what you guys are saying. Also, another miss, another player missing. Dejan Kulusevski. I think if Kulusevski is in this team right now, it would make the Swedish team a lot better. But he's been out, I think, with illness. So when they have him back in the next round, he will be a great addition to the 11. Thriller is also saying, except Zlatan was super athletic and mobile for a tall dude. Yeah, Isaac. I think that's why they call Isaac the new Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So the likeness is correct. And I think if Zlatan was there for Sweden at the Euros, he would have made the team a lot better. But some people may say that Zlatan does not help out enough in defense, because when you look at this team, when you look at the Swedish team under Jan Andersen, this is where the strength is. They're very compact. Everyone helps out in defense, even Isaac. And they keep the opposition out. And when they're ready to go forward, they go forward with a lot of energy. And you wonder where they get that burst of energy from. And that is exactly what they did Slovakia in this game. And hence the reason why they came out victorious on the day. So if we just check the stats for this one, guys. If we check the stats for this. Remember, I just shared this at halftime, and I'm going to share it again. And we're going to do a comparison for the stats from halftime to the stats at the end of the game. So these were the stats at halftime. But the stats ended, Sweden, 13 shots at goal, 4 on target. So you see the improvement. They ended up having 41% of the ball, 430 passes with an 83% pass accuracy. They ended with 16 fouls, 1 yellow card was shown, 1 offside, 7 corners taken, comparing to 2 in the first half. So 5 more corners mean that they were in the attacking third of a lot more than they were in the first. So you could see the shift of gears there for Sweden. For Slovakia, they ended with 10 shots at goal, none on target. Not a single shot on target. So Robin Olsen hardly tested. Against Spain, tested quite a lot. But against Slovakia, not tested at all. Slovakia did end with 59% of the ball. Only 3% from the half, down from the halftime break. So they did get a lot of the ball. 606 passes with an 87% pass accuracy. You'll expect that when you have good passers like Milan Skriniar and you have Marek Hamšík in the team. You'll expect that type of passing accuracy. Robert Mack, who was a hero from the first game, and Andre Duda, and Kuška, guys like Kuška, very, very good passes off the ball. So you got to give it, listen, you got to give it to the Swedish team, man. They deserve the victory. It's not the most attractive type of football you'll see out there. But look, man, look. You know what they say? A win is a win. My man of the match, I got to give it to Alexander Isak. I don't know who got the man of the match. But if you guys know, let me know in the chat. But I'm giving it to Isak. Definitely got to give it to Isak, though. Usually they have the man of the matches on Twitter. Let me just check that really quick. But I'm going to give it to Alexander Isak, though. Definitely. Without a doubt. Without a doubt, Alexander Isak. Let me just check the timeline really quick here. Man of the match. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Maybe you guys got that info. Man of the match. All right, who got man of the match for this one? I'm going for definitely Alexander Isak. I think he won it. I think he won man of the match if I'm not mistaken. But big up to everybody in here. Appreciate you joining the live stream once again. We got JW92 in here, Ricky Swift, Julian, BTW. What happened to the B2K at the end of your name? JD Ultra. It's B School FC. Romardinho, YT, Ben Rockefeller. Everybody in here, home of Juve, who says he's Dildar. Big up to Dildar. Fatso, Danny Gold Channel. The boy Thriller from Manila. Dantora. Yeah. Danny Goalless saying Isaac was like ice. Yeah, man. Star for the future. Definitely. Definitely a star for the future. So, good win for Sweden over Slovakia. Sweden put themselves in a pole position to go through to the next round. Remember, 3 teams can go through to the next round. 4 third place teams, the best third place teams, could go through to the next round. So Slovakia, they're currently second in the group, so they're not out of it yet. You know what I mean? They're not out of it yet. Spain do play Poland tomorrow. So according to that result, we'll know what's going on with Slovakia, and it'll be a big game. I like how the group is, most of the groups are set up really nice so far, where Sweden, they will go through, in my opinion. Slovakia, 3 points could be enough, but Spain are now under pressure because of the win picked up by both Sweden and Slovakia. So let's say tomorrow, Spain flunk out and don't win their game against Poland. Then it would be, the onus would be on Spain to now win the final game against Slovakia. And it would be a must-win game. Even if Spain gets 1 point tomorrow against Poland, it will set things up so nicely in the group going into the third match day. And that's what we love. We love it. Entertainment. That's what we came to see. Big up to Robert Rodriguez, who says good win for Sweden. Better than 2016. Good to see them doing well. Spot on, spot on, spot on. So, guys, before we move on to the next one, I got some up-to stats for your head tops. And I know you like the up-to stats. I know you do, so I'm going to hit you with the up-to stats. I'm going to hit you, but I won't hit you too hard, okay? I promise. I won't hit you too hard, all right? You might not be able to take the blow. So let's just hit you with some up-to stats, but let's hit you softly with them up-to stats, all right? All right, let's go all the way down to the bottom here, right here. 30 years, 125 days. The combined average age of the starting 11s in Sweden versus Slovakia is 30 years and 125 days. Crazy, right? The second highest ever in a European Championship match after Greece versus Sweden in 2008. 30 years, 178 days, seasoned. And it goes back to where I mentioned the fact that the majority of players in the starting 11 for Sweden had over 20 caps. And you don't find that very, very often. You often find a little youngster, a newbie, a debutant sandwiched in between the seasoned and experienced players. So there's a lot of experience on showing, even for Slovakia, where they even had guys come out of retirement to play at this tournament. Monumental. Let us move on to the next up to stat. Thank you very much, up to Joe. 365. Emil Forsberg's penalty and the run of 365 minutes without a goal for Sweden at the European Championships. With this, their first in the competition since their opening group game at Euro 2016 versus the Republic of Ireland. Deadlock. And I think that was an own goal, right? I think that was an own goal. And we move on to the other one, 88%. 88% of Sweden's goals at the Euros have been scored in the second half of games, 23 out of 26. So now you have a better idea of the identity of this team and how they play. They would come out in the first half and they won't try to get at you. That's not their intention. They would have obviously go up to the other end to score, but they won't really go harder. They won't go too hard because I think this team don't want to overexert themselves in the first half of games and then come into the second half and get overrun. So they want to do the opposite of what I just said. They want to hold you level or keep the deficit down in the first half and come in the second half and bring the pain. And bring the pain they did to Slovakia. The highest percentage of any side with at least 3 goals at the tournament. Patience. It is crazy. It is crazy. So you got to give it to Jan Andersen, man. He is to be blamed for the way the Swedes have been playing. And they have been very, very effective, man. It's a very efficient way of approaching very difficult game. Because, you know, Sweden coming up against these bigger oppositions, they're not that daunted. They're really not. I think they relish playing against the better teams. So while I take a sip of my beer and gather my thoughts before I read this other Up to Joe stat, let me know how your day is going and smash a like on the video. All right, so 6. Alexander Isak completed 6 dribbles against Slovakia, the most by any player in a game at Euro 2020 so far, and the most by a Swedish player in a game at the tournament since Thomas Brolin at Euro 1992, 7 versus Denmark. Okay, this is big, and Denmark did win Euro 1992, but this is good. This guy is a beast. I'm telling you this. This guy is a beast. If you check that video I made after the Sweden-Slovakia game, he's a beast. That's what I labeled the video. And I've been doing a lot more of that lately, guys, where if I feel a game is worth talking about, I'll make a little video after the game just to give my quick thoughts and then wrap it up a little later like I'm doing right about now. So Alexander Isak, man, I am excited for this guy right now. I am very, very excited about this talented player. So that'll be it in terms of the up to stats for this game between Sweden and Slovakia. So we just go back over here and we will move on. But before we do, guys, do you have any final thoughts on this match? We have some comments here. Nils Nisse Nordstrom, look like you're coming in from Sweden, baby. He says Sweden can hurt any team, and I know that. I do know that because they prevented Italy from making it to the World Cup for 2018 to the playoffs, and we know what this Swedish team is capable of doing, man. Big up to the boy Zachary Leahy in the house who says, I just bought some wine and cigars. Ooh, seems like somebody's about to have some fun. What else we have here in terms of comments? Big up to everybody dropping the comments in the chat. And let me see any good comments here. Ray is saying Sweden is the dark horse, not Turkey or Denmark. So very good point. Very good point. What else we have here? Okay. Big up the Jersey boy in the house. I saw your video on YouTube. You're saying Southgate out. Yet again, overreacting, Jersey boy. Come on. Come on. Overreacting. What else we got here? What else we have? Okay. So Adam Usman is saying, I'm happy that Isak went to Spain, but I'm curious of what would have happened if he got a chance at Dortmund. Yeah, he never really got a chance, man. And I've been seeing that he's been linked to the move back to Dortmund, you know. I've been seeing that. If Haaland leaves, that won't be a bad move at all. That'll be a very good move if he goes back to say, hey, you should have never sold me. Okay? So, yeah. So, guys, what we're going to do, we're going to move right on to the next one. But if you haven't yet smashed the thumbs up button, guys, make sure you do so. Let's get the stream up to 50 thumbs up. We are 36 thumbs up right about now. Let's get it up to 50 thumbs up before we get into the next segment. I would definitely appreciate that, man. You know the boy out here grinding, working hard. The least you could do is show your appreciation by liking the Blood Clate video. All right, so we're going to move into the next group, guys. And that is the group with England. England's group. And that is Group D. Group D. Everybody want to talk about Group D. Everybody want to talk about Group D, man. I know that's what you guys want to talk about. I know you want to talk about Group D. You don't want to talk about no other group but Group D, okay? You're probably saying, why are you taking so long to talk about Sweden versus Slovakia? That game was boring, Dom. Why are you doing that to us? Why are you putting us to sleep? Yeah, guys, it's just the warm-up, man. It's just the warm-up. You realize halfway into talking about that game, more people came onto the stream because it's the warm-up. It is the warm-up, man. If you don't warm up, you'll pull a muscle. You don't want to be pulling muscles out here. All right? So let us talk about Croatia, Czech Republic first before we get into the game between Scotland and England, where I know you guys would have a mouthful on this game. All right? So far, we have Czech Republic top in the group on 4 points. And maybe this is England's master plan all along. Because if you top Group D, let's go over to my Wikipedia setup over here. If you top Group D, right? Let's make this clear. If you top Group D, you would play the runner-up from Group F, which will most likely be one of France, Germany, or Portugal. You don't want to play them teams right now. Maybe Germany. But you don't want to play France and Portugal yet. Not yet. You would want to meet them in the final. Ideally, in the final. You would rather France and Portugal be the final boss. Alright? You have to go through all the levels. And the final boss, France or Portugal. But not in the round of 16. So if England goes on to top Group D, they will play one of those teams who will be runners-up, because with Germany losing their first match, I doubt Germany will be runners-up in this group, guys. So maybe, you see when you guys are saying Southgate out, sometimes you just need to sit back and analyze things differently. Maybe Southgate knew Scotland were going to come hard, and he just chuckled to himself and be like, yeah, a draw is perfect for me, because topping this group is not ideal. It ain't. What do you get if you come second in Group D, Dominic? You may ask. The runners-up in Group D will play the runner-up in Group E. And let's just take a look at Group E really quick. You see that? That's Slovakia. There's Sweden. There's Spain. There's Poland. England would rather play one of these teams than to play France or Portugal. Okay? Alright? We're not at England yet. But best believe, guys, and I'm going to say this right now, best believe, Jersey boy, you hearing me? Best believe, Southgate is going to rotate his team when they play the match against Czech Republic. And best believe England are not winning that game. And I'm going to call it right now. England are not beating the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic are going to go on to top Group D. And it's going to be the master plan of Gareth Southgate for him to go deeper in the tournament. Because let me tell you one thing. If England top Group D, they're getting knocked out in the round of 16. And I did predict them to get to top the group. But Southgate, you have to, you got to continue what you're doing, because I'll get to that game. I'm not even going to go into that game right about now. I'll save that game for last. But listen to what I'm saying, guys. The Czechs are not even, they don't even know what they're getting themselves into being this impressive. They don't. They beat Scotland, scoring from the halfway mark at all, you know what I mean? They picked up a draw against Croatia. You're going to talk about that? They don't even know what they're getting themselves. Listen. They don't even know what they're getting themselves into. They don't. Because it's a very good team, and it's going to be very difficult for England to topple this Czech Republic team. Okay? Very, very difficult. They're hard to break down. So don't be surprised England coming second in this group. All right? And the fact that England already has 4 points, don't even be surprised if England come in third. Don't. But I think second is what they're aiming for. And look, they're not going to go out there. Don't get me wrong. They're not going to go out there and intentionally draw the game. They're not going to do that. That's not the intention. But after one game, why drop Trippier? Why drop Kyle Walker after a win? You see what I'm saying? Why play an unconventional right back, well, an unconventional left back in the first match, and then in the second game you switch and bring on Luke Shaw? Make it make sense for me, please. Make it make sense, because it doesn't, and I think Southgate is up to something. That's all. It's just a theory. It's just a conspiracy theory from me. All right? So let's talk about this game. Croatia won, the Czech Republic won, and this is my exact prediction for this game. Exact. That's what I predicted. And I called for Marcelo Brozovic to get dropped, and his ass got dropped. What I don't understand from Zlatko Dalic, though, is why drop Chaleta Sarr. Chaleta Sarr was one of the best defenders against England. Why would you drop Chaleta Sarr and bring in Dejan Lovren, and then I see Lovren taking free kicks? If you have Lovren taking free kicks, it can't, something not right. I know the man has been a serial winner. I know. He's won a lot of things with Liverpool. And then he went over to Zenit and won the title over there. I know. The self-proclaimed best defender in the world. I know. But Patrick Schick's 37-minute penalty was in result of Dejan Lovren elbowing Schick in the nose. I think it was harsh. But why it had to be Lovren? Why it couldn't be Vida? You see what I'm saying? Why it couldn't be Vida, who I heard through a grapevine owns a pig farm over in Slovenia? I think that is something Vida would actually do. You know what I'm saying? Like, not a chicken farm, not a fish farm, but a pig farm. You see what I'm saying? A pig farm. Vida, of all person. Have you seen Vida? You know what I'm saying? Come on. But we're going to move on. Croatia dropped Chaleta Sarr. They dropped Brozovic. They brought in Lovren and Brekalo. I did call for Brekalo to get a look in. Czech Republic, Kral got dropped, and Holesh came in. I think that was the only change, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but it was a quiet first 15 minutes of the game, and then there was an 18-minute chance for the Czechs. Patrick Schick, but it went begging. Came at him too quick from Vladimir Kufal. I don't know if you guys watched that game and you saw that moment around the 18th minute. Big chance, but it went begging. And Patrick Schick, who came into the match on 2 goals, is now the leading goal scorer at Euro 2020 after he scored that penalty. But let's not get too far ahead. After that moment of Patrick Schick missing that chance, the commentators did announce that Christian Eriksen was discharged from hospital. And that was some of the best news we could have got for Euro 2020, because, guys, I think deep down, most of us love Christian Eriksen. Maybe he didn't do anything great at Tottenham in terms of winning trophies, but individual brilliance has always been there for Christian Eriksen. I always admire and I've always rated this player. He went to Inter Milan, he won the Scudetto. He was even rumored to leave Inter, but Conte decided that, hey, we want Eriksen, and they end up winning the Scudetto, right? Coming into the Euros, Denmark, one of the dark horses in my opinion, one of the hosts as well. And what happened in that first game against Finland, man, that was so heart-wrenching, man. Like, guys, you know what I actually just remembered today? I remembered, you know, my wife's mom wasn't feeling too well a couple years ago. And I could remember she came out the room and she collapsed. She was standing and she just dropped. And I was like, what the F? What am I supposed to do here? I think I caught her before she dropped to the ground. And it was scary. She got back up right away and everything, and she was fine. She's been fine since. But oh man, listen, man, it is scary. So it's good that Christian Eriksen could now go home, hang out with his friends and his family, especially his family, and maybe sit back and watch some movies, man. Some nice family-friendly movies. I recommend him watching Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, and it would help him, smile a bit. It would warm his heart because, he did suffer cardiac arrest. It won't be advisable to go and watch Final Destination or Fast and Furious. None of them things that are going to mess with your heart. Finding Nemo, Finding Dory. Those are my recommendations. So great stuff, man. Great stuff. Good news. What could have been a tragedy could end up being triumph for Christian Eriksen. I hope he goes on to have a brilliant rest of his career. And I want to see him on the pitch again. I definitely want to see him on the pitch again, man. So, around the 28th minute, there was a half chance for Croatia. A few half chances. Perisic, he had a shot saved. And then the penalty came around the 35th minute. The incident happened around the 35th minute where Lovren elbowed Patrick Schick. It was on a set play. And the referee didn't give it at first, but of course, guys, VAR are going to review everything. I think this was the wrong decision. This should have never been a penalty. This should have never, ever been a penalty. It should not have been a penalty. I think we should find a clip of this, guys, and check this out. This should have never been a penalty, man. We gotta look at this. We really gotta look at this because this is a big talking point, and I think this could end up hurting Croatia at the end of the day. It should have never been a penalty. You know what I mean? So let me just search that really quick. Never ever should have been a penalty, man. So Lovren. Let me just search Lovren penalty. Bam. On Twitter. And we're gonna get something. We're gonna get something of it. And we're gonna take a quick look at it. It should have never been a penalty. Really should not have been a penalty. But it was given. Should have never been given. I'm trying to find it. Okay, yeah, I found it. Found it. Corner taken, and penalty. Let me just get this first, and then because I'm analyzing this, but I also want for you guys to understand what I'm talking about. For you guys to see and say, oh yeah, that should have never stood. That definitely should have never stood. So just gonna get the link right now, and I'm gonna come on over, and we're gonna take a look at that. So guys, also if you haven't yet liked the video, this will be a nice time to smash the thumbs up button. Planet Football, never saw this thing before, this Twitter account before, but this is what got the video. Don't want to get no copyright strike or nothing, but we're gonna take a look at this. We're gonna freeze the frame, and we are gonna take a look at what happened here, guys. So I got this big, right? I got this big. We're going to play it really quick. Pause it. Play it. Pause it. All right. It goes up in the air. You see that, guys? How is that a penalty, right? Just look at what happened there. How is this a penalty when Dejan Lovren is actually going up for this ball, just like Patrick Schick is going up for the ball? Look. Look. You see that? How is that a penalty, though? How is that a penalty? I did predict a 1-1 draw. Don't get me wrong. I didn't expect Croatia to win the game. But look at this. Both players went up for the ball at the same damn time. And big up to Mark Davis, who's saying this channel is fire. What up, bro? Thank you very much. Thriller, fair use, fair use. Yeah, it's not even about... It's critiquing. We are critiquing a goal. And we should be fine, though. We should be fine. We should be fine. You know, when you're doing a live stream, it's a bit easier because nothing is being really analyzed unless someone manually flag it. But it should be fine. Yeah, how is that a penalty? Explain that to me, please, right? So that happened. Let's try to find something closer, right? Patrick Schick stayed down, which alarmed, the referee. The referee had to go and take a look at what happened, right? We're going to get something closer. His nose is bloodied, of course. We know that, right? All right, referee. Okay, come on the field. Bam, bam, bam. Look at this. You're going to get a closer look at what happened here. Look at this. Look at this. Lovren does not even know Patrick Schick is behind him. Lovren isn't even trying to elbow Patrick Schick, right? Look. How the hell is this a penalty? How is this a penalty, though? How is that a penalty? Please. Make it make sense for me, please. And big up to Adam the Great coming in with a 25 Havatskan dollar. He says, I personally think it shouldn't have been a pen, but since Schick's blood was running rapidly, it was always going to be a penalty by VAR standards. But the thing is, right, Lovren did not do it on purpose. Lovren was jumping for the ball just like Schick was jumping for the ball, right? But some are arguing and saying that if this had happened outside the box, wouldn't it have been given as a foul? Nah, that's not, that logic doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You would have stopped the play because the player was injured. But it wasn't done on purpose. It wasn't. It was a 50-50 tackle, and Schick got the on the bad end of it. It should have never been given, but it was given, and Patrick Schick stepped up and he scored the third goal. His third goal of the Euros, and he's now the top scorer. But it should never been given, man. The referee even went up. Do we have another angle? I think we look at this angle. Look at this angle. It should have never been given. Lovren even won the header. It should have never been given. Look at this. Look at this. Lovren, that's how you jump. If he didn't intend on, look, if he did intend on hitting Patrick Schick in the face, he would have kept his left arm down and go up with his right hand only. You see what I'm saying? Nah. It was a 50-50 thing. It should have been a drop ball situation. Give the ball back to Croatia. Let Patrick Schick get some attention and restart the game. Should have never been a damn penalty. This referee, anytime you see these referees go up to the TV screen, they're gonna make a stupid ass decision. Remember, I told you that, because whenever you're looking at things in slow motion, it looks worse than it is in real life. You see what I mean? It does. And I don't think he made a clear and obvious error by saying it wasn't a penalty at first. And that's why VAR does. When there's a clear and obvious error, VAR would come in and say, clear and obvious error, overturn that. The referee made a mistake. The referee did not make a mistake. He used his judgment. He said no penalty. Why is it given as a penalty? Should never have been given. Should never ever have been given as a penalty. All right, so that's just my thoughts on that one. Let's get off of that before we get a copyright strike. But since we're here, we could just take a quick look at the goal that Perisic scored. Just take a quick look. You got your eyes open, guys? Look. Perisic, goal. All right, that's it. That is that. That is that. So don't want to get no copyright strike. So we're going to go right back over there. And that's why I love StreamYard, man. We could go right back over to the Euro screen and we could continue talking about this. What are you guys saying in the chat right now? So Antonio Kutniak, Mr. Kutniak is saying Croatia players were thinking pen was for handball. Yeah, it wasn't a handball. It was for busting up the man's nose and it should have never been given. We have Thriller saying the game has gone soft, unfortunately. Correcto. Home of Juve, Dildar, VAR ruining football. It's meant to make it better, but unfortunately, I don't know what this is. Seriously, it's taking the joy out of a lot of the joyous moments. Adam the Great is saying our commentator in studio said that this ref is known for not doing a great job as a ref. A few days ago, he did something bad. These refs are suspect. We know this. This is something that we know. Altair 007 says, I mean, There is never intent for any elbowing. Nobody wants to elbow anyone on purpose. Stupid argument. That's a stupid comment because we've been seeing players elbow players in their face all the time. All the time. Players have been elbowing other players all the time. Elbowing them in their sides, elbowing them in their faces all the damn time. So I don't know why you come in here talking about stupid argument. The player went up in the air for the ball. His elbow inadvertently hit Patrick Schick, and then it's a penalty. It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, please. It does not make any sense. It should have never been a penalty. Okay? Never ever should have been a penalty. Never. All right, you know what? Chicken Man is saying Czech Republic got lucky. Damn, they probably qualified now for the round of 16. Yeah, they will definitely get qualified for the round of 16. Carl Headley, how are you doing, man? Carl Headley says poor officiating. And Carl Headley, if you were wondering where I get these football jerseys from China, Soccer Mall Plus. If you check the video where I did my last mystery box video, mystery unboxing, you'll find a link and everything there. I'm wearing one of those jerseys right now. And this is not even promoting Soccer Mall Plus. This is just answering your question that I saw underneath the video. But guys, if you're in here right now, smash the thumbs up button. Let's get the stream up to 100 likes. All right? Let's do that. Go outside, borrow your neighbor's sledgehammer, and hit the thumbs up button as hard as you could. Or if you don't want to exert too much energy, you can just tickle the thumbs up button. You know what I'm saying? Just tickle it with your pinky. All right? That works. That definitely works as well. Definitely works. So Patrick Schick with his third goal of the tournament. You're going to go back to the analysis here. Just had to touch on that incident. Give you guys some context by bringing up the video. Hope I don't get a copyright claim for that one. You know what I mean? Because we just critiquing something, right? Fair use. Fair use. But very unfortunate incident in the game for Croatia as they went behind. But Croatia haven't really shown us that they didn't deserve to go behind because they haven't been good at the tournament so far. But we have to make note that this Croatian team is a team that loves to grind. It's a team that loves to give their fans a heart attack. And it's gonna be a difficult game against Scotland to see who's going through, whether it's Scotland or Croatia. Both of them won't go through. Both of them definitely won't go through. But this is what Croatia likes. Croatia likes Croatia likes back to the wall type stuff. That is what they like. Okay? That is what they like. Back to the walls type stuff. Back to the walls. And listen, man, listen. Altair. I don't have any problem with you, Altair. And if people in here know me, whenever someone leaves a comment, I talk to you directly. If you leave a comment and you said something about that's a stupid argument, and I say it's a stupid comment, then we're even. No love lost. No love lost at all. So big up. Thanks for coming through. And we just basically wait, what did Zachary say here? We're just basically having a discussion, man to man. Zachary, they've really changed fair use on YouTube last 5 years. Used to be written for education and critique is fine. Yeah, man, unless you're actually with some kind of big company that is behind your channel. Because some of these channels you see do reaction videos and all of that, they do have people that they're working with that could clear any problem, especially the guys who do music video reactions. All right? Big up to the boy Fabio in the house. How are you doing, Fabio? How are you doing? Carl Headley is saying, have a suspicion that the Scots will win. Oh, man, it's going to be a good one. I can't wait to talk about that one. But we're not going to give it away too much right about now. We won't. We definitely won't. So, have we hit 100 thumbs up yet? No, we haven't. Guys, come on, let's get the stream to 100 thumbs up. We have 164 people in the house right about now. We should be at 100 thumbs up. And look, I don't know if I'm the only guy that has been covering the Euros exclusively, every single match, a preview and a review on the live streams, but I think I'm doing a damn good job. So I think I deserve at least a thumbs up. At least a thumbs up, okay? So smash up the thumbs up button and let's get this thing going. So after Patrick Schick scored that penalty for the Czech Republic, Croatia did get a really good chance when Josip Brekalo played in Ante Rebic, who snatched at his shot and put it wide. No wonder Rebic was taken off in the second half. He has not been good. I know he's been all right for AC Milan, but he has not been good for Croatia lately. What have you done for me lately, Ante Rebic? Could you please tell me what you've done for me lately, Ante Rebic? Please. Please. What have you done for me, Rebic? Absolutely nothing. But I think Brekalo had an okay game. And I don't think they should have taken off Brekalo. They should have left Brekalo on the field. Not Brekalo at all. They should have at least left Brekalo on the field at that moment. Maybe take off Kramaric at the time when they took off Brekalo. I think they took off Rebic and Brekalo at the same time. Kramaric a little later. Yeah, I want to see more of Brekalo because that pass was brilliant, man. That was a brilliant pass. So they even showing the goal down here. We don't want to show too much footage. All right? We don't really want to show too much footage, but it's all good. It is all good. But after the halftime break, Croatia trailing a 0-0. And Zlatko Dalic, who I've been talking about lately, Zlatko Dalic needs to go on a diet. I think he's gotten a bit too relaxed, a bit too comfortable. And his belly has gotten bigger than my belly, and he got to go on a diet. I need to go on a diet too. I think that's the reason why Thriller was actually telling me to do the 100 thumbs up, the 100 push-ups, not thumbs up. I'm thinking about the 100 thumbs up. I'm thinking about the 100 thumbs up right now. Guys, smash the thumbs up button. Let's get the thing to 100 thumbs up. But Thriller was telling me to do 100 push-ups because I need to get my my body right, man. You see what I'm saying? I need to get my body right. I need my body to be looking a lot better than Cristiano Ronaldo's body right now. Not like Zlatko Dalic. You see what I'm saying? I think Zlatko Dalic's body and his coaching is the same right now. Not good. Not very good. So, look. Halftime, he had to do something. He took off Brekalo, took off Rebic, brought on the Dinamo duo of Petkovic and Ivan Usets. And it worked like a charm. Definitely worked like a charm. Quick free kick taken. I was actually out. As I said, guys, I was at Home Depot while this game was actually showing. And I missed who took the free kick. Who was the recipient for that assist, guys? Who got the assist for that goal? But that was I could actually take a look at it, you know. Let me take a look at that. Let me see who got the assist for that one. Let me see who got the assist. The footage isn't even showing, but I'm pretty sure one of you guys in the chat know who got the assist for that one. Big up to the boy Doug in the house. How are you feeling, Doug? Big up to K-Block in the house. Big up to all the Croatian fans in the house right now. Nice to see you guys popping up for the live stream. We're talking about Croatia, Czech Republic right now. 1-1 draw. So the assist, that was a great assist. I still don't know who picked up the assist, but let me just check real quick for the assist there. I still don't know. Maybe it was Modric with the free kick, but I don't know. But it was a quick free kick though, very quick free kick. Let me see. Kramaric says Skeleton Champion. How are you doing, Skeleton Champion? Haven't seen you in here for a while. Haven't seen you. Big up to the boy Altair. Altair and I have made up. All right. So Altair, I do apologize, and I know you apologize too. He says Dalic needs to leave the team. The only reason why we got to the finals in Russia 2018 was luck. God damn. Passing on penalties versus Russia and Denmark. Also, the match against England was great. Perfect tactic. Yeah, but maybe what if Dalic is the best that Croatia could do right now? You see what I'm saying? Like Antonio Kutniak is saying, Dalic will go if Croatia flops. But I thought you actually says if Dalic go, Croatia will flop. But Marius is also saying Dalic has to go. But if Dalic goes, who do you think will lead Croatia to World Cup 2022? Who will take charge of Croatia, guys? I think Dalic is the man, but he needs to get his belly down. That's it. If he gets his belly down, I think he could do a better job. He was not this fat. And I'm not trying to fat shame anybody. I'm not trying to fat shame Zlatko Dalic. But he was not, that's the wrong word. That's not politically correct. I could get cancelled for that. Overweight. I'm overweight. I am overweight, just like Zlatko Dalic. Adam the Great saying Zlatko Dalic is leaving. He is going to Fenerbahce. Might be a great thing for Croatia. Might just be a great thing. You guys just hope you don't get Roy Hodgson. Okay? Just hope you don't get Roy Hodgson. So Marius is saying Croatia has to have more passion than most of the team. We are playing so afraid, not like the second in the world. Nenad Bjelica should take over. Yeah, Bjelica is not a bad choice at all, because what Bjelica was doing at Dinamo Zagreb, he was doing some big things. So might not be a bad choice if Bjelica takes over the job for the Croatian national team. But that was a very, very good free kick taken. Caught the Czech Republic team sleeping, and Perisic with the run. That looked like something off the training ground, if I'm being real though. It looks like something off the training ground. And guys, if you're in here to talk about the England-Scotland, just give me a sec. We'll be talking about that very, very soon. And there's a lot of talking points. We've already touched on some of that, but we'll touch on it some more. You see what I'm saying? But that was a really, really good free kick. Perisic getting in behind and hitting it with his weaker right foot. But I think the keeper Vaclav should have done a lot better. But you got to give it to Perisic, who's one of my favorite Croatian players, if not my favorite, number 4, Perisic. And that's his number, right? 4, right? 4, right? I'm not messing up my favorite player's number, right? You guys will say, damn, you're a fraud. He's not number 4. Yeah, he is number 4. But that was a really good shot. 1-1. And when that happened, I was like, I think I'm going to get my prediction spot on. And I did. It finished 1-1. 1-1. 1-1 settings. So guys, look, I think I've been doing pretty damn good in terms of my predictions, you know. Pretty damn good. I predicted Sweden to beat Slovakia 1-0. It happened. I predicted Croatia and Czech Republic to draw 1-1, and it happened. I did predict England to beat Scotland 1-0. It could have happened, but I actually think England may have done that on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So guys, there was a stat that Croatia have never won a game at the Euros while trailing at halftime. And remember, they were trailing 1-0 at halftime. And that stat still stands. They didn't lose, but they did not win the game after trailing at halftime. There was a 52nd minute shot by Thomas Šusek. It went wide. And we Premier League fans we know what Thomas Šusek is capable of doing. He got a handful of goals for West Ham last season after he came over from the Czech league for Slavia Praha. And Slavia Praha he came over from, right? Him and Kufal. And we know what he's capable of doing. So it was good that Croatia were able to keep him quiet. Vlasic was introduced. Král introduced. I think that happened around the 1 hour mark. And Vlasic was able to get a shot off in the 73rd minute, but that one went wide. Adam Hlosek, a young, very talented player from the Czech Republic. A lot of people who play FIFA 21 would know of this guy because he's a gem you can pick up. Adam Hlosek, and he actually had a brilliant opportunity to win the game, or let's just say to put the Czech Republic ahead, but he blasted it over. Bruno Petkovic had another good chance, but it was blocked by Kallas, the defender, from a corner. It was 3 minutes of extra time, and it ended in a 1-1 draw. The referee even blew the whistle a bit earlier than he should when Croatia was on the attack. I think he blew the whistle about 15 seconds earlier. And maybe the referee had enough of that game. Maybe he said, this game is boring. I need to get out of here and get home and, soak in the hot tub or something. But Croatia must beat Scotland after picking up this 1-1 draw against the Czech Republic. This draw favored the Czech Republic a lot more because they now go up to 4 points. They're currently on top of the group. And with Scotland's draw against England being their first point in the group, it's a fight to the death between Croatia and Scotland. A draw won't be good for any of those teams because they would end up on 2 points. And 2 points won't be good enough to go through as one of the best third place teams at all. 3 points will be, but not 2. So Croatia needs to win. Scotland needs to win. Their game next week is going to be on fire. On absolute fire, man. But this is what Croatia does. They make things hard for the fans. But we all could say that it was an improvement from the England game. For the Czechs, 4 points should be enough to take them through to the next round, even as one of the best third place teams. So they would be buzzing and they would be ready to face England and possibly go on to top this group. What are you guys saying in the chat? Talk to me, baby. Talk to me. Talk to me, man. Let's do this. And guys, we officially need 27 likes to hit 100. So if you are one of the 27 unlucky people in here not to smash the thumbs up button, smash the thumbs up button and you'll get your luck with 100-fold. All right? So do that. Let's go. What are you guys saying in the chat right about now? Adam the Great, Dom, we never beat Scotland. But guess what? There's a first time for everything, man. Adam, there's a first time for everything, bro. Come on, bro. You need to be a little bit more optimistic here. You got to be optimistic. Altair is asking, what time do you usually go live? I love smaller streamers where the streamer actually sees my comment. I told you guys about that. And I actually read comments too. You know what I've been telling my wife lately? I've been talking to my wife and I was telling her like, hey wife, the streams I've been doing fairly okay, I've been getting 100 people in the streams, which is good. I like that. 100 is fine. 160, 180, it's fine too. But 1,000? I don't know, man. I don't know if I could deal with all these people, man. Seriously. I don't know if I could deal with 1,000 people in the stream. That's a lot of people. That is a lot. But I usually schedule the stream. So if you're subscribed to the channel, you could check the channel and you could put on a reminder for whenever I go live. You'll get a notification. Or you could just, I usually go live 5:45 my time, but this Sunday I'll be going live at 2:30 or 2:45 I scheduled it for. So I usually schedule the streams earlier. So Thriller is saying you'd have to turn on slow mode in the chat for you to keep up with 1,000 plus live viewers. Yeah. Big up to the boy Rowan Benya Minov. I'm not ignoring you, Rowan. Definitely not ignoring you at all. Big up to Cryptic Crow in the house. Home of Juve, 19 more likes needed. Guys, smash up the thumbs up button. Let's get this thing going. And if you're watching and I haven't given you a shout out, big up to you, man. Big up to Michael Tablat, who says England did not play. We are going to go into that game. But before we do, let me just hit you with some stats, guys. Let me hit you with some stats from that Croatia-Czech Republic game. And then I'll hit you with some more Opta stats. And then we move on to England. And then we'll talk about the games coming up tomorrow. So we're going to be here for a while. We already been here for an hour, 14 minutes. This might be a longer stream than usual. Pretty even game of football. 11 shots at goal for Croatia, 2 on target, 48% of the ball, 430 passes with an 81% pass accuracy, 7 fouls committed, 4 corners, 1 yellow card. For the Czech Republic, 11 shots at goal, 1 on target, 52% of the ball, 446 passes with a 78% pass accuracy, 12 fouls committed, 3 yellow cards shown. So they would actually have to watch themselves. I don't know if the yellow cards gained go into the next round, but if it does, they would have to be very, very careful in the next game there against England. So in terms of some Opta stats, let's head on over to Opta Joe and hit you with some of that. Let's hit you with some of the Opta Joe stats. Let's get that there and let's put that over there. And let's hit you with some of the Opta Joe stats on the Croatia-Czech Republic game. And then we'll move into the England-Scotland, where we do have some big talking points from that one. And we will continue the analysis. So let me just go back to the start. And okay. 3. Patrick Schick has scored all 3 of the Czech Republic's goals at Euro 2020. The most by any player at a major tournament for the country since Milan Baros at Euro 2004, where he scored 5. Focal. And if he continues like this, he would actually score some more goals. The man has been very good. And that goal he scored against Scotland, no one would ever forget that goal. That was a sick goal. Do you guys want to look at I need to find that goal. I really need to I need to find that goal, man. We need to find that goal. Seriously. We need to find that goal. Now we talk about that goal, we need to find it. I hope I don't get copyright, you know. Me trying to find the goal and everything. I think I should maybe just leave that one alone. But I want to see that goal. I would love to see that goal again. Who wants to see that goal again, man? I want to see that goal again. But it's pretty hard to find. Yeah, we're not going to look at that goal again. Let's move on. I might get a little carried away with the showing of goals and things like that. That's what always happens. So we won't look at that goal. So let's move on from that one there and go up here. 4. Ivan Perisic have scored in each of the last 4 major international tournaments. 2014 World Cup, Euro 2016, 2018 World Cup, and Euro 2020. Becoming the first Croatian to score in 4 separate such tournaments. Rocket. And that's why he's my favorite Croatian player, man. Listen, the man is a legend. He's a legend. Ivan Perisic is a legend. And we all know this. We know this, man. And this kit, this away kit for Croatia, this is one of their best away kits ever. I love this kit. I gotta get me one. All black with the Croatian logo and everything up there. I gotta get me one of these. I gotta get me one of these, baby. Telling you. Love it. Love that kit. So look forward to seeing your boy Dominic Rich in one of those in the future. So that's it in terms of the Opta stats for this one. And we are going to move right into the next game. We're going to move into the next Group D game. So let me just go back here. All right, so Group D. Before I do, let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. Got to read the comments. So we have this person here saying that kit looks like one of Liverpool's kit. I think the Liverpool kit from last season you're talking about. But we all know Croatia are the original checkered pattern. They're the original checkered pattern team. Look at their flag. The flag even has a checkered pattern and everything. So, nah, it's Croatia's. It's Croatia's. So, Dasga Dom 3 is saying Portugal winning Euro 2021. Yeah, they are one of the favorites because they are defending champions. Adam the Great, Perisic, our second best player. Number 1 is Modric, of course. Chicken Man, Dom, why you got Sweden kit when you could have gotten the Croatian away kit or the Italian home shirt? To answer that question, I've had that Sweden kits for a while. Because remember, this tournament was supposed to be held in 2020. So I had that for a very, very, very long time. Okay? And I didn't pick and choose whose kits I'm gonna get. So just let me know. I'm just gonna. I got those kits for free as well. I got them for free. I think I ought to go and get me some of those fake kits from China, you know. But that Croatian kit, I want to pay real money for that one. I want the real version of that. The real version is actually better. But guys, how do we determine what's real from what's fake? You see what I'm saying? When the ordinary person does not know if it's real or if it's fake. So I think it's all an illusion, man. I think everything is real. I think everything is, it's either everything is real or everything is fake. Big up to Aaron Guy in the house who says, Dom, hoping England could get second now. And yeah, that's what I've been saying. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to segue nicely into England 0, Scotland 0. We know this is one of the oldest rivalries in football. It dates back all the way to about 1870 something when the first set of football matches were played. England versus Scotland were there. Okay? They were there. When the first set of footballs were sharing out, England and Scotland were there to get their first balls. All right? Who got the better balls? I don't know. But England and Scotland were there. And they have a very, very even record that England are leading right now. They played over 100 times. Lately, let's say over the last 30 years, they haven't been playing a lot. Maybe diplomatic relations have broken down. And now we see them play at the Euros. It was a spectacle. It was a sight to see. And it was a sight to behold, I should say. And I see that my boy Doug was in better spirits today. Because after that loss against the Czech Republic, I was looking back at the video and Doug looked kind of down, you know. But his spirits should be a bit higher today after picking up that draw against England. I predicted a 1-0 win for England, but it ended up being a 0-0 draw. And this is like, you could say it's a 0-0 win for Scotland, because I don't think a lot of people predicted Scotland to win this game at all. But if you go and you look at the Scotland team, let's just take a look at this, right? Let's just take a look at these lineups. Let's just take a look at the lineups, guys. You take a look at the lineups, you scroll down right here, you got the lineups, right? I don't know how good you guys could see the lineups, but Scotland made quite a few changes. They made some changes. And I picked up 4 changes. They may have made more changes, but one of the changes that they made was Billy Gilmour. And he ended up being man of the match. I think this is the first game he's starting at a major tournament for Scotland as well. And the young Chelsea man, who is also high off winning the Champions League with Chelsea, did a really stellar job against England here. And he does play in England, so he knows the English players very, very well. There was about, out of 22 players on the field, 17 players play in the Premier League. And the only guys who don't play in the Premier League is Marshall, the goalkeeper, O'Donnell, McGregor, I don't think play in the Premier League. Dykes does not play in the Premier League. And all of England's players do play in the Premier League. So it must have been another Scottish player. So there's I know Hanley is at Norwich, who just got promoted. So it's O'Donnell, Marshall, McGregor, and Dykes, and there's another one. I think it was about 18 players from the Premier League. Marshall, O'Donnell, McGregor, Dykes, 18. So a lot of quality on display, and I think that's why Scotland were able to really, really give England a run for their money, because it's basically 2 Premier League teams coming up against each other. Even though when you look at the England 11, you could see, a big difference in quality. But could somebody please explain to me why Southgate made changes? Why did he bring in Shaw and Reece James for Kyle Walker and Kieran Trippier. It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense to me. Did he try to weaken the team on purpose? Is that what he tried to do? Some may say that Luke Shaw and Reece James are, equals to Kyle Walker and Kieran Trippier. But this is a tournament. This is Scotland. You can't underestimate any teams. Not like you won the group already and you could change. It doesn't make sense to make these changes unless there's an injury. And from what I see, Kyle Walker wasn't even in the setup. He wasn't in a setup. No Kyle Walker. Trippier was on the bench, but no Kyle Walker. And another thing, look, we ain't got no goals to talk about, so we could discuss all different kinds of things. We could be all over the place with this one. I'll be reading some comments just now. So if you have any fire comments, just wait. I'm gonna come just now, right? But I'm just talking right now. If you want to win a game and you have Sancho on the bench, right? You allow 5 subs. Why only use 2 and you have Sancho on the bench? You have Calvert-Lewin on the bench. You have Bellingham on the bench. And you only bring on Rashford and Grealish? It doesn't make any sense. I really think Southgate was happy with the 0-0 draw. I think he was happy. I really think he was happy with the 0-0 draw. And I'm going to say this again. He's happy with the 0-0 draw. Scotland did make some changes. They brought in Adams, Gilmore, Kieran Tierney, who was a big performer. And they also brought in McGregor. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard something that the Southampton players are going to call Che Mac Adams. You know, McGregor, McGinn, McAdams. You get it? McLaughlin. You get it? You get the joke? McKenna. Dominic Rich. You know what I'm saying? So good changes. Good changes. Steve Clark, you got some good head on. You got a good head on your shoulder there, Stephen Clark. Because those are some good changes. Southgate, you also got a good head on your shoulders too, you know. I don't think people are giving you the credit here. This is a great result for England. Guys, this is a great result for England. This is a great result for England. I repeat, this is a great result for England. And I told you guys, if England topped this group, England would play one of France, Portugal, or Germany, because I think Hungary are going to get knocked out. Ideally, England would want to come in second. So, for everyone who's talking about Southgate this and Southgate that, Southgate this, Southgate that, don't be surprised Southgate rests players against Czech Republic. Don't be surprised. He rests players against the Czech Republic and England draw the game. As I said earlier, the Czech Republic does not know what they're walking into. They don't. They really don't know what they're walking into. You see what I'm saying? They don't. So in this game, John Stones had a big chance. Big header onto the post from a corner. And Scotland looks kind of susceptible from the corners, you know. They did concede via a corner against the Czech Republic. Even though it was a second ball, they did concede. And they look pretty vulnerable on the set piece, in the set piece situations. But John Stones should have scored. This is the second game running that a Man City player has hit the post in the opening 15 minutes of the game. How unlucky have the City players been for England? I know Sterling did score, and I thought Raheem was going to score again, and I would have came on the stream, and I would have been talking about Raheem, baby. Raheem! But he didn't score. No one scored in the game. It wasn't even a goal scored, chalked off by VAR or nothing. No goals. But it wasn't a boring game. Wasn't one of those boring 0-0 matches at all. Mount had a half chance, well set up by Sterling. I think Sterling had a brilliant start to the game. I think Sterling has got a brilliant start to his Euro 2020, and it's good for him, man. Good for him. I need Raheem Sterling coming into next season high on confidence. I don't need Sterling misfiring. John Stones looking good. Phil Foden looking good. All my City players looking good so far at Euro 2020, you know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. And if we have rival Premier League fans in here right now, y'all better watch out, you know what I'm saying? Y'all better watch out, because I'll be coming with the fire next season again in terms of the Premier League coverage from week 1 all the way to week 38. 38. I'll be coming hard. Real hard. So look forward to those streams. I told you guys in 2021 I'll be streaming a lot, and I've already been doing that. So good start for England. I think Scotland had a good start too, and they were keeping themselves in the game, and there was a 16th minute yellow card shown by John McGinn, and we know McGinn could get very physical. If you watch the Premier League and you watch Aston Villa, you know this guy McGinn has quality, but he's also a very big guy. He's very physical. There was a 38th minute shot by O'Connell. Oh my God. Oh man, that's listen. The commentators were saying that John Stones' chance was the best chance and it should have scored. That shot from O'Donnell, if that had went in, oh man, that would have been a sick goal. That was a really good shot, and it was an even better save by Jordan Pickford. And people say that Pickford has T-Rex arms. I didn't see no T-Rex arms there, man. I saw some freaking Inspector Gadget long extendo arms. Doctor the guy from Fantastic what was that? Fantastic 5 or Fantastic 4? What's his name? That doctor? Can't remember his name, but that stretchy hand guy, that's what Pickford did there, man. That was brilliant stuff. Lame Albert throwing games against the spirit of the competition is lame. Big up to the boy Albert, man. How are you doing, Albert? So yeah, man, going back to this game here, brilliant shot by O'Connell, and Che Adams couldn't put in the rebound. I think Scotland were very unlucky not to score there, and it was a good first 30 minutes of the game where I think both teams had good chances, and Scotland looked a lot better than they looked against the Czech Republic. I don't think they looked too bad against the Czechs, but I think it was just some good individual goals scored by Patrick Schick. You see what I'm saying? Where's Doug? I don't see Doug here. Doug must have went and got is it Doctor Strange? Doctor Strange? I don't know. Doug must have went and picked up his kilt and his bagpipe and played a merry tune after that 0-0 draw. So big up to the boy Doug. See what I'm saying? I gotta get me a kilt from Scotland as well, and I gotta get me a bagpipe. Might be expensive, but I don't care. I might have to get something like that, So better showing for Scotland, as I said, better performance, and they went into the second half locked and level, 0-0. So second half, bright start for England. Mason Mount had a shot saved by David Marshall, the goalkeeper. And at that time, Harry Kane still, this is 2 games now, guys. This is 2 games now. Harry Kane has not been involved in the game. And I saw a good comment here by my boy Altier, who's saying, well, resting key players is a legal game of throwing tactic if you need to understand me. Haha, you're right. You're right. You're definitely right about that, man. You're definitely right about that. So, guys, we do need 7 thumbs up to get to 100 thumbs up. So make sure you smash the thumbs up button and let's get to that magical figure. You could see the banner at the bottom scrolling across. 100 thumbs up, baby. Let's do it. I have a whole bag of confetti to drop from the sky when we hit 100 thumbs up, okay? So get it there. I'm just kidding, though. I don't want you to expect the confetti and it never happens. So, yeah. I'm kidding. I'm kidding about that one. So, Harry Kane, man. Harry Kane has been a ghost at the tournament so far. Coming off of the Premier League tournament. as the highest goal scorer, the highest assist getter, and you're yet to even get a good shot at goal. England needs to do a lot better in terms of getting Harry Kane more involved in the games. Seriously. They need to get more involved in the game, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely need to get him more involved in the game. So, Michael Talbot. Tournaments have always been played tactically. It's not a new thing. And that is why, guys, I have to mention that the third round of matches will all be played, well, for the groups, they will all be played at the same time so that there's no collusion. You see what I'm saying? So that two teams can say, hey, man, we're going to play to a draw. It's going to favor you. All the games are going to be played at the same time so that we don't know one result before the other. All right? So, this guy who does not have a name here says, if Scotland had a reliable marksman, they could cause all opponents problems. And you're right, and that's a problem. I think Lyndon Dykes, he tries, but he ain't good enough, man. To be honest, Dykes ain't good enough. Big up to the boy Ricky Swift in the house. I haven't even give Ricky Swift a shout out, man. Stu Mack is saying, Kane is a basement bully boy in the English pub league. Cheers, bro. Cheers. All right. Cheers, man. Drinking that Modelo Especial Negra, the cerveza. You see what I'm saying? All right, guys. So, good stuff here. Good comments. Good comments. Good comments, man. So, what else we have here in terms of comments? What are you guys saying? Stu Mack, Gilmore, McGregor, McGinn outplayed a bunch of egotists. I think both teams cancelled each other out. The Scottish performance may look a lot better now. Now, you want confetti? No confetti unless we hit 1,000 likes. Look, Scotland are going to get more plaudits from this game because most people expected England with their star-studded lineup to win. But as I said, guys, England came into this game with a plan, and they came in with the plan to pick up a point. No more than a point. Remember, I told you that. Quello Vero, what do you think about Italy? I think the Italian team looks good, and the way they have started, they're all showing us that they are not to be taken lightly, and they are one of the contenders. They're definitely top 4 contenders to win Euro 2020. And we're going to move on. I have spoken about Italy, and I will be talking about them when they play their next match against Wales. So, in terms of the second half, continuing to talk a bit about a few things in the second half. They're a good start for England. Reece James had a really good shot that he blasted over. Then, there was a Reece James header from Lyndon Dykes. It was going wide. The shot was going wide anyways, but it looked very spectacular. It looked like he cleared it off the line, but it wasn't. And then a few changes were made. Foden came off for Grealish. We had Rashford coming on for Harry Kane. And, the game just fizzled out. I think Scotland were the more dangerous team. Scotland looked like they were going to score before England did. And I think if Scotland had scored in this game, they would have won the game. If they had scored first, they would have won the game. They were not letting England back in the game. And when you talk about the midfield for England here, I think Rice and Phillips have been doing a very, very good job. And Mason Mount was very dangerous on the day. Raheem Sterling had a good game. I think Stones and Mings at the back is a better... Listen, maybe if Harry Maguire was back there today, could have been a disastrous performance. Trust me when I tell you that. If Harry Maguire was back there, he would have probably scored an own goal or something. And I'm not even exact. This is not even a joke on Harry Maguire. I think he could have actually... I think he would have actually scored a freaking own goal, guys. Not even making this up. Not making this up at all. So guys, look, before I get into some comments, let me just hit you with the stats for this game. England 9 shots at goal, 1 on target, a single shot on target, 1. And remember late in the match when there were that little scramble for the ball in the box. England, oh man, it was desperate stuff. But I think England were only acting. They were only play acting. They did not want to win this game. They didn't want to. I'm convinced they didn't want to win the game. They had 61% of the ball, 559 passes with an 89% pass accuracy, 13 fouls committed, 2 offsides, no yellow cards, 6 corners taken. Comparing to Scotland's 11 shots, 2 on target. So Scotland, with less of the ball in 39%, outshot England, had more shots on target as well. So you got to give it to Scotland, man. I'm not going to get deeper into these stats here. You got to give it to Scotland. It was a solid performance. They were the better team on the day. And I think I have to say this. I have to admit it. Scotland deserved all 3 points. All. They deserved to win the game. But a point would feel like a victory. A small victory, nevertheless, to go into the final game of the group. They would hope that it's not the final game of the tournament, but they would go into the final game of the group stage to play Croatia, a team who they would fancy beating. They would definitely fancy beating Croatia. So let me go back to the first up to stat between these two teams. It would actually, it's quite a lot. So it's a few up to stats I gotta let you guys know about. So here we have one saying 100. 100. You got the nice visuals on the screen as well, guys. You gotta commend the nice looking stream, man. We got the videos playing in the background. We have the nice beautiful background saying Group D. We got Dominic Rich and Liam Rich sleeping on his lap and everything. Oh my God, we're doing a damn thing, and I appreciate. And we got the lovely people in the chat as well. Oh man, guys, I look forward to doing this every single day. And you know the Euros go all the way into July, right? And do you know after July we have the Gold Cup, right? So you're gonna get a lot of live streams, man. I hope I find time to spend time with the family this summer because it's pretty freaking busy. And then we have the Premier League starting again in August. Oh my God! Wow, when do we have time to relax and not take in all this football? So we have comment here saying Liam will be taking over from you soon. 100 likes, confetti time! Yay! Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Yeah, we hit 100 likes. Thank you very much, guys. We didn't actually hit 100 likes on yesterday's stream, so I would need you guys to go back and like yesterday's stream, okay? All right? Please, do that for me. Do that for me. But let's just talk about these up to stats, guys. 100. This was the 100th competitive meeting between England and Scotland. The only previous clash at a major tournament was in the group stages of Euro 1996, also at Wembley, with goals from Alan Shearer and Paul Gascoigne handing England a 2-0 win. Turf. All right. I had to burp there, you know what I'm saying? Had to just take a little burp break. I burp too, guys. I'm human, you know. Not because I'm doing robotic things like streaming every single day and still going to work and still, you know, trying to make my wife happy and my kids happy. I'm still, you know, a human. I burp and things like that, you know what I'm saying? And it's a result of me drinking this very, very lovely Modelo Especial Negra. You know what I'm saying? If you're over the age, if you're at the legal drinking age, or if your country have absolutely no drinking laws, you could try some lovely beer. Don't tell them I said so, okay? All right, 32. Tonight is England's 32nd consecutive international match without naming a unique starting 11. Their longest run of naming an 11 for the first time since a run of 56 games between 1990 and 1996. Tinker. This is crazy. This is crazy. He always tinkers. Don't know why. It could be his downfall, or maybe he's up to something. Or maybe he could say, guys, look, man, I always make changes. Too many players to please. I always make changes. All right? So, next one. 25 years, 31 days. England started 11 against Scotland. Has an average age of 25 years, 31 days. The youngest ever game at the youngest ever in a game at a major tournament, including World Cup and Euros. Verve. So the future looks very, very bright for England, man. So yeah. 10. Harry Kane had just 10 touches in the first half, the fewest of any player in the match, while just one was in Scotland's box, and the England forward completed just two of 5 passes attempted. Isolated. I've spoken about that. If England does not get Harry Kane more involved sooner, they're gonna be in serious problems. They might just rest him for the next game too, in attempts to draw the game. Who knows? 0. England failed to record a shot on target in the first half of a match at Wembley for the first time since a friendly versus Germany in November 2017, while they last failed to do so in a competitive game there in November 2014 against Slovenia. Tepid. Very tepid today. Very, very tepid. 17. This was England's 17th goalless draw at a major tournament, Euros and World Cup. 2 more than any other nation in the history of those competitions. Groundhog. Yeah, England need to do a lot better than that. Definitely need to do a lot better. 2. Since the new Wembley opened in 2007, this was only England's second ever goalless draw there in a competitive fixture. Also drawing 0-0 in October 2010 against Montenegro in a European Championships qualifier under Fabio Capello. Nullified. Gotta give it to Scotland, man. I don't see anything about the Scottish team here. Up to Joe, you are a bit biased, bro. You are a bit biased, man. 4. Jack Grealish came off the bench and won 4 fouls for England, the most by a substitute at Euro 2020, and the most by a substitute in a Euros match since Eder won 5 for Portugal in the 2016 final versus France. Taster. And remember Eder, man. Eder, the boy Eder, won the freaking thing for Portugal and then disappeared off the face of the earth. He has been playing football in Russia, but I don't know where he is these days. All right, okay, we got one for Scotland here. We got one, only one for Scotland. 40. On his first Scotland start, Billy Gilmour completed more passes than any other Scottish players against England. 40. It's a lot of passes to actually complete. Despite only playing 76 minutes, Gilmour is now the youngest player to start a major tournament match for Scotland. 20 years, 7 days, unfazed. The man has a great future ahead of him, and you got to give it to Billy Gilmour, who plays his football at Chelsea FC. So that'll be it. England 0, Scotland 0, and England are second in the group like they want to be. They do want to be second in the group, guys. Trust me. That's exactly where they want to be. Second in the group. Because they're scared of this group right here. If they place top of the group, the competition will be over for them in the round of 16. Remember, I told you that. So in the next games coming up for England, they will play the Czech Republic. That'll be next week, the 22nd. Check my calendar. That will be Tuesday. So I'll be live Tuesday evening. I got to go and schedule those live streams. I'll be live. God spare my life and hope that I have health and strength to do so. My wife doesn't work on Tuesdays, so I'll be by myself with all the energy. I do have energy now, but guys, I'm laboring, man, with Liam on my lap. I'm telling you, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough doing this with a baby. Listen, remember earlier I said there's no one on YouTube. There might be no one on YouTube giving these games all this attention, going in depth, giving you guys stats, talking about every single match, even though it's a 0-0 game between England and Scotland, even though it's a game between freaking Sweden and Slovakia, two of the most boring, I'm going to make up a new word, the most boringest teams to watch play. And I still give you a breakdown of that. But the unique thing about me is I have a baby. No one's doing it with a baby. No one is doing it with a baby, guys. You got to give it to your boy, Dom. The boy's doing it with a baby. I got to stroke my ego a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? I have to. So what are you guys saying in the chat, though? Because we are going to move on, and we are going to move into the segment where we preview the matches coming up tomorrow. And in tomorrow's games, let me get you the games that's coming up tomorrow. Saturday, June the 19th. Hungary versus France in Budapest. Portugal versus Germany in Munich, the Bayern Munich Stadium. And Spain versus Poland in Seville. Okay, big games. High-profile teams in Spain, Portugal, Germany, France. Not Poland, not Hungary, sorry. Big games. We're going to talk about these games right about now. That's what we're going to get into. So if you want to get into some of that, stick around. Make sure you have a drink because we might be here for another half hour or so. It's going to be fun. Big up to the boy Dupe who says Dom is the best. Thank you very much. RFC55 Boogie Boogie. And we have Tim Smith. Share on all platforms, please. What else we have here? Master Mandy, like the video just for the baby. I normally don't like or dislike videos. Oh, come on. You guys should get into the habit of liking videos, man. Appreciate you. Big up to Vervel in the house. Big up to Becky Pesci. Big up to the Asian Sensational FC. Steve. Big up to Jordan Hyman. How are you doing? Ivan Yu says Germany has a weak defense under Joachim Low. No clean sheet for show against Portugal. Very, very good. So, Tim Smith, England was shocking last night. Southgate out. Just to touch on some of the things that England is, you guys are saying about England. Czech Republic will beat England. Ha 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 ha. I think that game might end up in a draw. So Aaron Guy, yep, Dom just checked your calendar. Yeah, nice. I love it. Checked the Czech Republic. Guys, remember the Czechoslovakia won the Euros back in 1976. And it came because of a penalty shootout, and Antonin Panenka scored the winning penalty, and that's where the whole Panenka penalty thing came from. So big up to the boy Zachary Leahy, who is ever present in the streams these days. Big up to the boy Thriller from Manila. Big up to Ricky Swift, who says, when I was a kid, I remember watching England versus West Germany, an old game, and cheered for West Germany, and I'm English. Ho ho! Awesome. Altair, big up to you, man. Thank you very much for coming through. He says, good night, my man. Gotta wake up in the morning. I will definitely come back to your stream. I pressed all the bell and subbed so I get notifications when you go live. Good luck to the future of your channel. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate. Been doing this channel for the last 4 years, guys. Started in 2017 with the PSG versus Barcelona game where Barcelona came back to beat PSG. Destroy them, and I've been here, and I'm here for Euro 2020, where we're gonna segue nicely into tomorrow's matches. Let's go down. We're gonna have games from Group E and Group F. So in Group E, Sweden on top of the group, 4 points. Slovakia third, 3 points. Spain, well, Slovakia second, 3 points. Spain third, 1 point, and Poland at the bottom without a point. So, as usual, guys, I'm going to write down these fixtures so I don't forget what I predicted. Because in the past, I didn't, and I usually forget what I predicted. So, Spain versus Poland. That would be on Spanish soil in Seville. And we're going to have Hungary versus France on Hungarian soil. Hungary versus France. We're going to preview. So guys, get your predictions ready. Don't let me know them right now because I won't be reading out predictions right about now. And the other game will be between Portugal and Germany, where Portugal will be the home team and Germany will be the away team, even though they're at home. All right, so big game, man. I'm excited for these games. I'm excited to come back tomorrow to talk about these games. I head back to work tomorrow morning. I usually have to get to work at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, which means I have to get up about 4:40 a.m. So I'll be up all day, and then coming to do the live stream, and then it never ends, man. But it's all about the grind, man. No pain, no gain. And big up to all the new subscribers. The channel is growing nicely. We on the cusp of hitting 44,000, and we'll hit there. We'll get there next week. I have patience. We're not in any rush. So let's talk. Let us talk. Spain versus Poland. Let's hit it up. Spain drew with Sweden in the first game. Poland lost to Slovakia in their first match. Spain versus Poland. Saturday, the 19th of June. Spain coming into this game on the bounce of 3 wins, 2 draws. They have not lost in their last 5 under Luis Enrique. And for Poland, the form does not look so good at all. And they're under a new manager. I think Paulo Sousa, I think his name is Sousa. Sousa is his name. They've been changing their managers pretty often, and he was actually appointed this year. So just to make that one clear in terms of the manager, his name is Paulo Sousa. Sousa, it's Portuguese. So let me get that game so I can give you guys some more head-to-head, because the head-to-head in European competitions, 2 matches, 2 wins for Spain, 7-2 goal aggregate. And you see your boy Pedri there, who has been one of the brightest spots for Barcelona in the last season. One of the youngest players ever to represent Spain at the Euros. And the man is you could say he's a regen. You see what I'm saying? Pedri is like a regen of I think he might be Xavi's regen, you know what I'm saying? Because Xavi isn't playing anymore. He's a manager. Iniesta is still playing, so we haven't yet seen Iniesta's regen. And good news for Spain, Busquets have returned a negative COVID-19 test, so we might see Sergio Busquets. He does handle the midfield very well. He's not as mobile as he used to be, but at least you would have some experience in the middle of the field. And who knows, Rodri or one of them guys might have to make way, but maybe he'll just be on the bench. So in terms of head-to-head between these two teams, guys, they have met in 10 total matches, with Spain winning 8, Poland winning 1, and 1 game ending in a draw. Poland's only win against the Spanish team came in 1980. God damn it. 1980. Their draw came in 1994. They last met in 2010 in a friendly. They last met in a competitive fixture back in 1959, where Spain won both of those games. God damn. It's been a long time since these two teams have met. And both teams, let's say for Spain, they're going through a transitional period where the team is younger, more experimental. And for Poland, same bunch of players, for the most part, heavily reliant on Robert Lewandowski, guys like Zielinski, Kamil Glik, Szczesny in goal. They didn't bring Kamil Grosicki. Arkadiusz Milik is out injured. I don't know what happened to Krzysztof Piatek. I don't know what happened to him. He's just disappeared. So the Polish team is kind of going through a difficult phase as well, even though they're at the Euros. Maybe if they're playing against Latvia or Belarus or one of these teams, they'll spank them. But coming up against Spain might be a more difficult prospect here for this Polish team that did not look too good in their first match against Slovakia. So they were convincingly beaten. Even though they pulled back a goal to Lenetti in the second half, early in the second half. Krychowiak did get a red card, so he would miss this game. So there goes some of the experience and some of the grit and some of the steel. Someone who'd played in Seville before, someone who knows the Spanish conditions. There goes that player. So it ain't looking good for Poland at all, guys. Spain, they're not at their best these days, in my opinion. But I think Spain have enough quality on display. They pass the ball very well. And all the chances that they created against Sweden, if they do the same against Poland, it could be a different result. It could be a more positive result for the Spanish team where Ferran Torres, Dani Olmo, even Koke, and Alvaro Morata, who I think they might persist with again. Maybe actually they probably licking their chops and they're ready to play against Poland, because look, if Spain drop points in this game, it would be a very difficult crunch match against Slovakia on match day 3. And they don't want to go into match day 3 in that situation at all. For Poland, I never expected nothing big from them for real. I think I predicted them to come in 3rd in the group. It seems like they may actually place last in this group. So for Spain, I think they would be more dominant in terms of the possession, because they do pass the ball very well. And I think they would be good enough. Gerard Moreno in very good form. You saw he came in the second half. He could start the game. I think they'll be good enough and to beat this Poland team. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Spain. Sorry, Poland fans, but I think your competition is gonna end pretty soon. Seriously, especially having to play Sweden on the final match day. It's gonna be over. So Spain 2, Poland 0. More like Poland Springs, more like Spain will beat Tequila and Poland will be more like Poland Springs on the day. 2-0 win for Spain. They will continue their dominance over Poland according to the head-to-head. 2-0. What's your prediction, guys? Let me know in the chat. I'll be reading out predictions right now. And I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone in the chat who have smashed the thumbs up button. We have now hit 119 thumbs up. That's the most we have gotten so far during the live stream while covering the Euros. This is big. This is huge. This is giant. Appreciate, guys. Appreciate it. All right. What we got here? What we got in terms of prediction? Bessie, Pessi. 2-1 for Spain. Dupe, 3-0 for Spain. What else we got here? Ivan Yu, a pity that Piatek is injured for this Euros. He's a game changer. I thought he was actually dropped. So he's injured. Okay. All right. All right. What else we got here? Predictions, guys. Predictions. Drop the predictions in the chat. Palomo. Big up to the boy Palomo. A regular in the streams. 1-0 to Spain. And Palomo, as soon as I'm done this stream, bro, I downloaded the last gaming live stream that we did. I'm going to clip out that clip when I talk about Syria and their chances for World Cup 2022. So look for that one. So we have Ricky Swift saying a shock win for Poland. Oh boy. Oh boy. Thomas H. 1-1, hopefully. So, okay. Let's talk about some permutations here. If Sweden draw, not Sweden, if Spain draw their game, and if Spain draw their game, it means that Poland can't get past. Poland won't be able to get higher than get placed higher than Slovakia in their group, and it won't be good for them. It won't be good. It would put the group in a very difficult place. I'm not going to try to think about permutations right now in this group. But if this game draws, it would be crazy. It would. Because look, let's just go back and look at the group right now. Let's go back and look at the group. Let's look at the group, right? Let's just take a look at the group. Sweden, 2 games played, 4 points. Slovakia, they got 3 points. Poland, with a draw, would get 1 point. Spain would get 2 points. So Spain, they can't. Oh man, you could see a situation where Spain draw all 3 games and go through ahead of Slovakia as well. You could see that. But Poland, if they draw, they would need to beat Sweden on the final day, and they would end up topping the group, which is crazy. Poland could still top this group. Poland can still top the group. Because if Spain draw their game, right? No, Poland can't top the group. If Spain draw all their games against Slovakia, it means that Slovakia would actually top the group. Spain would miss out. Because if Poland beat Sweden on the last match day and go up to 4 points, it means that Spain would miss out. So Spain has to win this game. Right, guys? Look at the permutations. Look at the permutations. Poland needs something against Spain. Even a draw. A draw means that they won't be out yet. If they lose, I think it will be over for them, right? Because since Slovakia beat them, they can't place higher than Slovakia even if they get 3 points. They would need Spain to actually lose against Slovakia on the final day to get higher than Spain. And I don't think that's going to happen. Seriously. And if Spain draw, it means that Spain would come in third and Poland would come in last, even if they beat Sweden on the last match day. So I think I think it might be over for Poland. Poland are in the worst shape in the group right now. The worst. They're the worst. They're the worst. Big up to Lennon Sweet. Spain 3, Poland 0. Ferran Torres hat-trick. I would absolutely love it. I would love that. I would love that. So just to touch on a little bit of permutations in this group, guys. You know, and something I want to do, I want to let you guys know the best third place teams so far at the tournament. So let's just take a look at that before we move on. I want to let you guys know that best third place teams. I know we're still early. And in terms of the best third place teams so far, guys, Austria, Finland, Spain, and Croatia are the best third place teams, with Spain only playing 1 game, but the other teams playing twice already. Switzerland and Germany are 5th and 6th. So Germany needs to get their act together, and we will get to Germany pretty soon. So that's how it is. The only teams that have confirmed their place into the next round are Belgium, Italy, who their position is to be determined because they have a last game to play. But the Netherlands are confirmed winners from Group C. So that is what we know so far from the Euros. So 2-0 to Spain over Poland. And we're going to move on. I should have actually changed that over here, you know. I should have changed that to this, but I didn't. So it's all good. But since we got to 100 likes, I'm going to move that already. So we're going to move on to the next group. Group F, the group of death. The group of death. I know you guys love talking about this group, so stick around and we're going to talk about this one some more. So Group F, Portugal on top, 3 points on goal difference. But also, guys, when goal difference only come in as a decider when head-to-head cannot factor in. And the fact that France and Portugal have not played each other yet, Portugal on top the group on goal difference. You see what I'm saying? And then there's goals scored as the next decider. So Portugal on top the group, France second, Germany third, Hungary fourth. Let's talk about the game between Hungary and France. Hungary, who lost their opening match 3-0 versus Portugal, where they lost in the final 10 minutes of the match. They held Portugal 84 minutes without scoring, but conceded 3 late goals. And that was on home soil in front of a packed home crowd. France defeated Germany 1-0, courtesy of an own goal by Mats Hummels. So Germany basically defeated themselves, if you really look at it. France are so powerful that they don't even need to score on you to pick up a win. Hungary versus France. Match day 2. We'll have match day 2 completed in Group F tomorrow. Match day 2, Hungary versus France. History. France with 3 wins. 1 draw, Hungary. Wait. I'm not reading this thing correct. I'm not reading this thing. I'm not reading this thing correct. I swore I saw. Listen, I apologize to Hungary. Hungary in the European head-to-head, 3 wins, 1 draw. France have never beaten Hungary in European competitions. Wow. Wow. This is crazy. This is crazy. Wow. Guys, could we have an upset here? Remember I spoke about Hungary potentially picking up some type of result in this group? Is it going to come against France? Is it going to come against France? Is Didier Deschamps going to rotate? That's another question you have to ask. If he rotates his team, he might actually pick up a draw in this game. But I think France are going to go in strong, man. I really think they're going to go in strong. And this is going to be a tough test for Hungary, where they did put up a good fight against the Portugal team, did show a lot of resilience. But this French team is too damn good, man. Finalists in 2016, barely lost to Portugal. World Cup 2018 winner. And even after the World Cup, they have not really slowed down. They did pick up a few losses here and there, sprinkled in between. But overall, this team has still been very, very formidable. In terms of the overall head-to-head, it might be a little better for France. Let's just take a look at that real quick. Let me share that information with you right now. 22 Whoa. 22 matches between these two teams. Hungary has 12 wins. Hungary has 12 wins. But there might be a catch to this one, guys. There might be a catch to this one. There might be a catch. This may date back to the great Hungarian team from the 1950s, 60s. That's what I think it might date back to. Because France has 8 wins over Hungary and 2 draws. And 8 of those wins, out of 8 of those wins, let me get it right. 6 have came in their last 10 matches. And those matches date all the way back to 1975. The last time they played each other was in 2005, where France won. France have won the last 5 games between these two teams, as a matter of fact. Which is absolutely nuts, right? This is nuts. And according to my stat here, I think these two teams have actually met at the World Cup in 1986. Okay? They have met at the World Cup in 1986. So you write that down, right, guys? 1986 World Cup. Michel Platini. Guys like Tigana, Jean Tigana. At the World Cup for France. It's a tall task. I don't see no other team winning this than this French team. They're too good. They are way too good. They're way too good. If Hungary manages to beat France, guys, I will change my first name to Laszlo. I'll officially change my first name to Laszlo. The last time they beat France was in a friendly back in 1976. That is 11 years before I was born. If they manage to pull it off in 2021, I'm changing. Listen, Marco Rossi, the coach right now. If you manage to beat Kylian Mbappe, Paul Pogba, N'Golo Kante, Antoine Griezmann, all these guys were, these guys will go down as legends eventually. I'm changing my first name to Laszlo. Mark my word, Laszlo. And Laszlo is a very popular Hungarian name if you ask it. Look, this could get ugly. But I won't do the Hungarians too badly. I think France will keep a clean sheet in this game just like Portugal did. Another 3-0 win. Another 3-0 win. Well, another 3-0 loss for Hungary, I mean. 3-0 France. That's my predictions. I think Deschamps might actually make a few changes. I think he will. I think Pavard suffered a nasty head blow in the last game, and he might actually, sit on the bench for that game. So that might be the only change France may make. Or maybe change in midfield, who knows? Tolisso, come on for Rabiot. Maybe Giroud for Benzema. I forgot to mention Benzema. France are too good. They're way too good. 3-0. What are your predictions, guys? Let me know in the chat. Talk to me. Let me know your predictions. And then we have Portugal versus Germany for the last one. Bekir Pessi is saying France 2-1 against Hungary. 3-0, says Dupe. So, Ivan Yu, Puskás Arena is at full capacity. It won't be such a walk in the park for France. They did resist Portugal very late in the game. Listen, man. France are going to walk in the park. Remember, I told you that. The French players are going to get their dogs and they're going to walk in the park. Believe me. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy for France. Steve, 3-0 for France. What else we have here? Steve, how could you put 3-1 for Portugal? You're lucky. What else we got here? 1-1. All right, we're not there yet. Dom, Portugal could top the group with a draw against France, by the way. Yeah, we're going a little bit too far ahead here. Portugal haven't even played Germany yet. Jock, odd sock. Utter garbage performance by England. Can't beat Scotland at home. One shot on target. Kane sub for Trashford. No ideas. Too pragmatic. We are winning nothing on the Southgate. Listen, bro. That was all the plan. That was all the plan. Hey, Dom. Why is Group F always, the group of death? Maybe because F. You know what word starts with F, right? Yeah, we're going to keep it clean. We're going to keep it clean. You know, we are going to keep it clean. All right, what else we have here in terms of predictions? Okay, Palomo 3-0. Michael Tablet 3-1 to France. Zachary saying a 5-0 thrashing. Cash to Pardeshi 4-1 to France. Mr. Pure Lucid 1 3-0 to France. Thank you very much. And hello Reyes 3-0 to France. Oh my God. Licks. What else we got here? All right. That's it for predictions. And we are going to move on to the next one. Z Ghoul. Big up to my boy Z Ghoul from Barley, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. How are you feeling, my boy? Everything's good? Everything's irie? You behaving yourself for the summer? Or you're not behaving yourself for the summer? Are you ready for Vincy Mars 2022 or what? Because if you're ready, I'm ready. You know what I mean? We did it. See what I'm saying? We did in there. We outside, baby. All right, so we got to move into the next one, guys. We're going to talk about Portugal versus Germany. This is a big one. And I know these teams, I'm curious to see the head-to-head between these two teams. Portugal versus Germany. Remember, guys, Hungary has a better head-to-head over France. You know what I mean? These teams were playing a lot of games before 1960. And if you want, their record goes all the way back to 1910. 1911, Hungary and France played their first game. So a lot of pre-war games, man. Actually, 7 games before 1940. And Hungary dominated. Hungary dominated all the way up to 1970, and then the French started kicking ass after that. So, yeah, just for some insight there. But back to head-to-head, Germany, Portugal. Portugal coming into this game in good form. See Manuel Neuer there. He will definitely be tested by Cristiano Ronaldo in that game. European head-to-heads. Portugal 1 win, 1 draw, and 2 wins for Germany. As you guys could see, those 2 red dots in their form guide. Not looking good at all. And a red dot came from their last game against France. And the other red dot is against North Macedonia. Not good. the German team has not been good. Even spanning back to the World Cup, they have not been good. You're losing to Mexico. You're losing to South Korea. You have not been good. You barely beat barely beat Sweden. You have not been good, Germany. I have absolutely no faith in this team. None. None. Okay? You call them monastery and tell them I have no faith. None. None whatsoever. Get it? None. None. So Portugal versus Germany in terms of overall head-to-head, we have 18 total matches with the Germans winning 10, Portugal winning 3, and 5 games ending in draws. So, ironically, guys, the last 4 games these teams have played against each other, dating from 2014 all the way to 2006. Germany has won every single game, beating Portugal at the 2014 World Cup 4-0, a 1-0 win. In 2012 at the Euros, Euro 2008 at the quarterfinals, they beat Portugal 3-2. And the third place playoff match for Germany 2006. I think that was Germany 2006. 3-1. Yep. 3-1 win for Germany. So they have the last 4 times they have met each other was in big competitions. Actually, the last 5 times, big competitions, man. In the Euros, Euro 2000, Portugal actually beat Germany 3-0. And that was one of the only triumphs in the last 10 games, dating all the way back to 1985. They have met in the group stages of World Cup qualifiers as well. Well, yeah, World Cup qualifiers back in 96, 97 for the 1998 World Cup. And they played to draws. That was the last time they drew games against each other. So this is a tricky one to predict. Maybe, maybe not. Defending champions, Portugal, coming up against 2014 World Cup winners, Germany. And Germany are multiple World Cup winners as well. 4 World Cups to be exact for this German team. And look, under the name Germany, by the way, not West Germany, but Germany. Just let's get that clear. 3-time European winners under the name Germany. But we're not going to get into the politics right about now. This is a tough one to predict. Portugal, they found it very, very hard to break down Hungary. Germany weren't too bad against France, but with the exception of the own goal, they could build on what they did against France. This is a difficult game to predict. Both teams star-studded. I think Portugal right now has the better team under Fernando Santos, if I'm being real. And they, man, this one is difficult. They are the defending champions, but the thing is, I'm not convinced by that 84 minutes against Hungary. The Germans are of better quality, but the other thing too, are the Germans gonna be more expansive than the Hungarians? You get what I'm saying? Are they gonna play a more open brand of football, seeing that they need points in this group? Or Germany could take the strategy of being compact, get the draw, play against Hungary, beat Hungary, get 4 points, enough to go through to the next round, and then you talk. You see what I mean? But remember I said something crazy could happen in this group. What if Germany gets a draw against Portugal and then go and lose to Hungary? Like we know could happen, because Germany has been losing some games that they should win. A better performance is needed than the one against France, for sure. Hummels can't be scoring these own goals. And they have to put away their chances when they get them. Portugal, they're going to be unrelenting. A lot of quality on the team. Bruno Fernandes, Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva. Andre Silva, possibly off the bench. Joao Felix. Portugal, are they going to go in with a steely midfield with William Carvalho and Danilo Pereira again? Or they're going to switch and bring in a more attacking player? See what I mean? Like a Sergio Oliveira or Pedro Gonçalves, one of these guys, to deliver more balls to Ronaldo. What are they going to do? How are they going to approach this? Guys, I honestly see a draw written all over this game. I don't see Germany beating Portugal right about now. I really don't see it. Even though Germany comes into this game on the back of 4 wins in the last 4 games against Portugal, this is a different Portugal. This is a different Portugal, man. Seriously. And we know this is a different Germany. Germany are not as good as they used to be. And the performance against France wasn't as polished as it could be. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. I'm not playing it safe. I'm calling it a 1-1 draw. I'm calling it a 1-1 draw. I'm not even playing this one safe. This game has a draw written all over it. This has a draw written all over it. What are your predictions for this one, guys? Talk to me. Palomo 2-1 to Germany. NBA Portugal. Obviously, a Portuguese fan says 2-0 to Portugal. What else we got here? Zachary Leahy. Portugal isn't that strong, I don't think. Nah, man. They're very strong. They're strong. Maybe they look too strong. Maybe they look too strong on paper. But I think they're a very, very good unit, though. I think they're a very, very good unit. They shouldn't lose this game. But let's say they lose the game. It would put the group in a really nice place. It would. It definitely would. Because Germany would pick up 3 points. They may go up as one of the best third place teams. Because right now they are one of the best third place teams. But they are 6th in the rankings as one of the best third place teams. 6th. So, Germany needs a win. If Germany pick up a draw here, it's a must win against Hungary. And we see how gritty Hungary is. A win is ideal for Germany. A draw won't be too bad. Portugal won't mind a draw at all. We know they had 3 draws at Euro 16 and still won the tournament. 3 draws in the group, still won the tournament. I think Portugal would be happy with a draw here. Definitely would. 1-1 draw, in my opinion. So, for my prediction, Spain 2-0 over Poland. France to beat Hungary 3-0. And Portugal and Germany to play to a 1-1 draw. That's my prediction. We have 3-2. Zaz. 3-2 to Portugal. 0-0, says Ferris Ahmed. Pure Lucid, 2-0 to Portugal. What else do we have in terms of predictions? Becker Pessi, Mr. Pessi is saying 2-0 to Portugal. And Hello Reyes, 2-0 to Portugal. Ricky Swift, 2-2. Ivan Yu, 1-1 to Portugal. 1-1 draw, just like me. Home of Juve, 2-1. Easy for Portugal. Palomo, 2-1 to Germany. I think I said your prediction already. Dupe, 2-0 to Portugal. Appreciate your predictions, guys. So we've been streaming for 2.5 hours. A little longer than usual, but we had a lot of things to talk about. We really had a lot of things to talk about. So, the boy Zigul is saying, I'm good, man. Not going back to Vinci right now, bro. LOL. I really think German can win this 2-1. Bro, you need to head on back to Vinci and relax yourself, bro. You need to go back as often as you can. Home is where the heart is. Remember that. Home of Juve, 2-0 to France. Rabiot with a brace. That's a bad prediction, man. Rabiot ain't scoring no brace. He ain't scoring no brace at all. Nah. That ain't happening. Definitely not happening. Definitely not. So guys, that will be it for today's live stream. Euro 2020 roundup and predictions for tomorrow's games. I appreciate all the love, all the support that you guys have been giving the channel, and you guys showing up for the live streams daily. You know what I mean? I know other people are streaming on YouTube right about now. I know you guys could be doing anything else in the world right now, but you chose to be here with your boy Dominic Rich FC and Liam Rich as well, who is kind of waking up from his slumber, but I think he's going to go back to sleep. So guys, if you haven't yet smashed the thumbs up button, make sure you do that. We have 123 thumbs up. We could get higher than that. If you haven't smashed it, smash it. Make sure you do so. Another thing before I go, guys, I would like to remind you. Let me get this thing. Let me get this thing correct first. Let's just go back over here. Let's just get the visuals over here. All right. And I would like to remind you guys. Let me get this thing. That you can check out cardsplug.com/DominicRichFC, guys. Check out Cardsplug and you could get yourself a lovely football card. You see those football cards you see on the wall right there, guys? You could get one of those cards. And if you use the coupon code DominicRichFC, you get yourself 35% off. Look, that's the card right there. They're giving away 15% if you use Euro. But if you use the code Dominic Rich FC, you'll get yourself 35% off one of those lovely football cards you see Cameron holding in his hands right there. Makes for a great gift for yourself or even for a loved one, okay? I got myself 3, so you get yourself 1. So until next time, from your boy Dominic Rich, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace. Much love and respect to everybody in here, man. You guys are the real deal, which means you're not frauds.